Hello everyone. Today I just wanted to go over what we've been going over in class. We've been learning about the Declaration of Independence, and we've been doing this. We're looking for the purpose of the Declaration of Independence. What is the purpose? And our EQ is, how can I analyze the text of the Declaration of Independence to determine its purpose? So we're going to look at the actual text as a primary source to try to determine the purpose. Okay? And the first thing students were asked to do is to read this section right here silently. Then I would read it with them, and that's kind of what I'm going to do today. And I'm going to stop and make some observations along the way, just to kind of help you out. And the original text says, when in the course of human events it becomes necessary for people to dissolve the political bonds. We talked about political bonds just means that Great Britain and the United States of America, or the colonies at that time, were connected in a political bond. They were connected, which have connected them with one another, and to assume the powers of the earth, the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them or force them to the separation. So they have to declare the causes which is leading them to want independence here. And this next part is one of the most famous quotations in American history, and it comes from the Declaration of Independence. It's kind of what one of the things that the Declaration is known for, is this quote. And that quote says, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." Let's break this down a little bit. The first thing that you can see that sticks out to me is that they say that all men are created equal. Now, that's something that, we today in America, we hold that near and dear to our hearts, that everyone, regardless of race, skin color, ethnicity, are created equal. We talked about how it seems a bit off that the people who wrote the Declaration of Independence, while yes, we look up to them and we admire them for things, that some of them, they say these things, but a lot of them were slave owners, and we talked about how that's kind of off. And we talked about how, yes, we can admire these people and we can look at this thing, at all of these documents, and be patriotic about it, but we can't ignore the fact that there are some things about our country's history that we're not so proud of. So that's important thing to look at as well. It also talks about unalienable rights. And that word unalienable, you can see the root word in there is the word alien. Okay, we're not talking about an alien from outer space. The word alien just means separate. Unalienable would mean that these rights, you cannot separate them. You are born with them. They're part of our nature, and that they cannot be separated. The first one is the right to life. Okay, everyone deserves to live. The right to liberty. Okay, you have the right to make your own decisions, even though you have to deal with the consequences. And the pursuit of happiness. Notice it doesn't say the guarantee of happiness, the pursuit of happiness, the chasing of happiness. You have the opportunity in America to make yourself happy and make yourself successful if you work hard. Okay, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the governed. Okay, in other words, the government is there because we let it be there. That's the goal that Thomas Jefferson and the framers of the Declaration of Independence were aiming for. Okay, it's the people who are in charge. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, okay, if the government becomes destructive and the people are not in charge, if the consent of the governed is ignored, then to these ends it is the right of the people to alter just means to change, or abolish it, which means to get rid of it, and to institute new government. Okay, and that's what they're doing here, instituting a new government, because they're not happy with King George III. Laying its foundation on such principles as organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Now, so what I want students to do now is to find 10 key words. Look through there and find 10 key words. Notice it doesn't have to be the most complicated words or not the most important. Okay, it can be words that you know. The only thing is that I ask that you don't use connector words like and, if, the, and so forth, okay? Find 10 key words, list them in this section. Then, they should use those 10 key words to create a summary. You have to use Jefferson's words to make a summary, put it in that section. Following that, you'll make a second summary. This summary will be in your own words, and it'll be in that section right there. And I want you to keep this page, okay? It's got the copy that I gave you has holes in it, so I want you to keep it in your binder. So anyway, hopefully this has been helpful, and we'll do this every day this week for a different section of the Declaration of Independence. Students, by the end of the week, they'll be used to this procedure. And on Friday, we'll have a writing prompt over the big picture of the Declaration of Independence. But anyway, I hope you have a great day. Please let me know if you have any questions. Just send me an email. Thank you.